Good evening, guys. Welcome back to Pawpaw Storytime. I think we're about normal time, about dinner time on Sunday evening. It's been a pretty heavy weekend. I did have to postpone going to see Nate. We're going to try to do that next weekend now. I got a lot of stuff I got to cover. I'm doing this live on private, and then I'm going to upload it to the YouTube channel, and then I'll share it like that afterwards. So I'm just going to jump right in since I've got so much stuff that I need to read. I have this first. It says, I've got a few things to read, and I plan to stay on track, but I would like to ask that everyone keep space in your heart for Grandma Lovey and her sister and the whole family. A lot of hearts are hurting because they lost someone close. I know that at least a few of you knew her mom. Anyways, I won't go into a whole lot of that right now. I don't know if parents are ready to talk to their kids. Grandkids are ready to talk to their parents. I don't know. Anyways, I won't go into any more of that right now. But she, Grandma Lovey, and they need the love back that they so often give out. So keep them in your hearts. These things are never easy for anyone. I know that I rarely know what to do or what to say, but I know that I love those left behind, and until something presents itself, I just always hope that I love yous are enough. And let me see. Still got quite a bit to cover here. This book that I'm going to open with, I think I showed this to you guys here when we got it a couple weeks ago. It says Understanding Addiction and Recovery Through a Child's Eyes. Hope, Help, and Healing for Families by Jerry Moe, the Director of Children's Programs from the Betty Ford Center. And I didn't know how exactly I was going to try to play this in, but just like I put it in the description, I think this is going to go hand in hand with the holiday reads I'm going to do from our Treasury for All Seasons. So anytime I read from that, I'm going to read from this. He just like I put in the description, I quoted this Jerry Moe, and he said that children are usually the first hurt by addiction, and all too often the last helped. And just because some of us were in addiction before and we're not now, or some of the kids and grandkids don't know anybody in the first degree that's on drugs or dealing with addiction currently, they could have been, or maybe they will in the future. And I 100% with my whole heart believe that just reading this stuff and making conversations with these things is going to help all of us in the long run. I wrote, I can't think of a better time to read this with our holiday shorts. That's what I was just explaining. Some of these things, these little notes, I leave myself at the beginning of the week and forget that they're here. Lots of happy is supposed to be tied into the holidays and families. But with addictions, some can be dreading the holidays. It's just a terribly unfortunate side effect. So let's end the stigma and enjoy the readings. So I am going to start on the last page of the acknowledgments. I'm going to read the introduction today, and then we'll get started on chapter 1, the next holiday that we have when I read from the other book, okay? This says, children need caring adults to take them to get help. I salute all the grown-ups through the years who've made it a priority to get their children and grandchildren to group. This obviously doesn't necessarily mean all of us, but he comes from a situation where they have a lot of groups that helped. Many are giving these special kids the gift they wish they could have had as children. A safe place to grow, learn, play, trust, and heal. Thanks for your trust, love, and dedication to make life better for your families. Lastly, I applaud all the children who've come through the various programs over the years. Your courage, strength, and resilience are simply awesome. You have been my best teachers. I think about you and pray for you regularly. I love you. Here's hoping I touched your lives as much as you've touched mine. No matter where life takes you and what challenges you face, you are not alone, and there are safe people and places to help. Never ever forget that you are special and loved. And that's from Jerry Moe. The introduction says, I have something very special and magical to share with you in the pages of this book. I have spent my adult life in the company of children who have been my teachers. Our paths did not cross because they were exceptionally smart, or had demonstrated unusual abilities, or exhibited character traits that belied their years. Although these are definitely all ways in which I would describe my kids. Rather, we got to know each other because someone in their life was addicted to alcohol or other drugs. For 30 years, I've had a front row seat in group, watching, learning, and helping these youngest victims of addicted families. They live with a legacy that can break hearts and destroy souls. One they did not choose, but was thrust upon them by the adults around them. These groups have taken place in church basements, community programs, and treatment centers, both large and small. Many of these kids live with active addicts or alcoholics. Others are referred by a parent who is in treatment. They all arrive carrying secrets and shame. Many feel strange, different, and full of guilt. Some see themselves as helpless, worthless, and bad. Then comes the magic. They find their voice and express their worries, problems, and feelings, and we help them develop coping skills to help care for themselves and keep themselves safe. These children can and do heal from the adverse impact of family addiction by initiating and deepening the healing process before they reach adolescence. They survive and thrive because of their resilience, their intuition, intelligence, honesty, and need to trust and love, traits learned in tandem with others who have had similar experiences. And what's special and magical? The healing process transcends the children and has a dramatic impact on the entire family system, especially the parents. The love and care these kids feel as they confront their parents' disease often stops adults in their tracks and gives them a new, deeper commitment to breaking the multi-generational legacy of addiction. One of the most rewarding parts of my work is seeing the frightened, confused child grow into a competent, resilient, capable young adult. If you work with children, you know what I mean. Virtually all adults, especially parents and grandparents, hope for this for all children. In understanding addiction and recovery through a child's eyes, I am the children's voice, sharing their experiences and stories to help adults better understand addiction from a kid's perspective. Interlaced among the children's stories are lessons learned, techniques used successfully, and pitfalls to avoid, based on my work as children's counselor for many years. And to give the reader a sense of the lasting impact of therapeutic intervention on children, each chapter opens with a glimpse into the life of the same family, sharing their journey from the time they walked in the door for the program to the present. The tools each family member learned in recovery have served them well individually and as a family through triumph and tragedy. Each story will remind you that children have a unique way of viewing the world with innocence, wonder, spontaneity, and awe. Understanding addiction and recovery through a child's eyes promotes personal growth and long-term recovery for children, their families, through simple techniques and tools everyone can use. Whether you are a parent, grandparent, counselor, teacher, minister, youth worker, guardian, or caregiver, in recovery or not, understanding addiction and recovery through a child's eyes has a message I hope you will hear. There is hope for children of all ages who have been hurt by addiction in their families. It is time to recognize the children's pain and allow them to be an integral part of family healing. And we're going to put a bookmark right here on chapter 1 called Family Portraits, and we'll get into that next holiday book reading. Just set that over here. Our main story for today. Oh, I got to read this real quick first. St. Patrick's Day. Oh, you know what? Let me grab this real quick. Hold on. All right, let me see. I wonder where I put the timetable at. Anyways, I think that we're going to be doing a drawing next week, or not a drawing from the cup. I can't remember where I stuck the page at. I'll find it as soon as I'm done. Anyway, St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is a day to celebrate Irish culture and heritage, and it can be fun for children. Children can learn about the history of the holiday, explore Irish culture, and participate in activities. What children can learn is St. Patrick was a Christian missionary who helped spread Christianity to Ireland. He is the patron saint of Ireland. Leprechauns are mythical creatures from old Irish fables who are associated with St. Patrick's Day. According to legend, leprechauns buried pots of gold at the end of rainbows so no human could find them. How children or anyone can celebrate: wear green. Obviously, I think everybody knows that, right? Build a leprechaun trap. That sounds pretty cool. Go on a scavenger hunt. Make a rainbow. Eat green foods. Oh, that sounds fun. Attend a parade, which I think some of you guys got to do that yesterday, right? And explore Irish culture. Stick this down here. And we are reading The Littlest Leprechaun by Brandy Dougherty. I don't know how you say that. Littlest Leprechaun. Dougherty? It's not like Dougherty. Okay, this says, Liam was a leprechaun. He lived with his family in the enchanted forest. There were many leprechauns in Liam's village, and they were all little. But Liam was the littlest. It was a beautiful day, but Liam was bored. He was tired of spending time playing hide and seek with his shadow. He wanted to have a big, important job. So Liam went to his dad's cobbler shop. His dad made shoes for leprechauns near and far. It was a very important job. Liam's dad showed him how to measure the leather for each pair of shoes, but the tape measure was very long. Soon Liam was all tangled up. Why don't you try helping your mom at the foundry? His dad said. Liam skipped across the village to the foundry. Every leprechaun family had a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and Liam's mom made all the pots. It was a very important job. Liam tried to keep the fire going while his mom melted iron for a new pot, but Liam's hands were too small to carry enough wood, and his legs were too short to run between the furnace and the wood pile. Soon the fire went out. I think your brother and sister could use a hand, Liam's mom said gently. Liam's brother and sister worked at the post office. They sent letters and packages all over the enchanted forest. It's a very important job. I can do this, Liam said. But when Liam tried to mail a pair of shoes, he sent himself too. Maybe not, Liam's brother said, opening the box. You should go help Uncle Albie, his sister offered. So Liam went to find Uncle Albie. He was getting ready to take a load of gold to the family's pot at the end of the rainbow. Carrying gold is a very important job, Uncle Albie said. Liam was excited. There was just one problem. The gold weighed more than Liam did. Sorry, wee fella, Uncle Albie said. You're just too little. Liam wandered through the enchanted forest. He kicked the dirt. He was sad. Liam knew there had to be one important job he could do, even if he was little. Then Liam heard a commotion near the old oak tree. A group of leprechauns had gathered around Clover, the baby unicorn. Clover was little, just like Liam, but the poor unicorn's leg was stuck inside a hole. We need to dig a bigger hole, said one leprechaun. We can't, replied another. The tree roots are in the way. "What if we all pull together?" another leprechaun with a very long beard suggested. "We'll hurt her," cried a fourth leprechaun. "Well, we can't just stand around all day," huffed a grumpy leprechaun. Liam peered into the hole. Just then, he had an idea. "I can help," Liam shouted extra loud. "You?" said the grumpy leprechaun. "You're too little." "You need someone little," Liam cried. Liam reached his tiny hand into the hole and gently pushed away the root that was trapping the unicorn's leg. Clover was free. She licked Liam's cheek to thank him. Everyone cheered as Liam and Clover danced and jumped around. Liam had saved the day. He was the hero of the entire enchanted forest. Clover the unicorn stood proudly by his side. Before he knew it, there were jobs popping up all over Liam's village. Everyone seemed to need a little extra help, and Liam and Clover were the perfect size. Liam had found his big important job after all, but even better, he had also made a special friend. The end. I think I got some stickers here at the end of the... Whoever ends up with this book's going to get some St. Patrick's Day little leprechaun stickers. I'll probably put this back in with the holiday books if I can find a better St. Patrick's Day book or a different St. Patrick's Day story for next year. Then we'll give this one away, and if not, then we'll have one for next year. Let me see. We are reading for the holiday. The only time that we do these on our openings and closings, right, is for holidays. Treasury for All Seasons, Poems and Songs to Celebrate the Years, selected by Julie Andrews and Emma Walton Hamilton. And we've got this bit on spring first. And I wrote... From the thunderstorms of March through April showers to the miracle of May, there is so much to praise about spring. Though we haven't a shred of Irish in our heritage, we've always had an affinity for Ireland and for Irish people. And as Jenny Whitehead aptly said of St. Patrick's Day, "Not Irish? No matter. You're Irish today." We have many Irish friends, some so close as to be considered family. It's absolutely true that when Irish eyes are smiling, they steal your heart away. We once lived in Ireland for 4 months while my husband and I were making a film. That happy spring and summer provided much inspiration that I wrote my first children's book, Mandy, based on our experiences here. I think that that's it for there. We're going to jump into... I'm going to have to look that book up, Mandy. And I got markers for the next, which is Easter, which is coming up. But we're going to read 2 different poems for you guys here. And the first one is When Irish Eyes Are A-Smiling. They're lyrics by Chauncey Alcott and Geo Graft Jr. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they steal your heart away. For your smile is a part of the love in your heart, and it makes even sunshine more bright, like the linnet's sweet song, crooning all the day long, comes your laughter so tender and light. For the springtime of life is the sweetest of all. There is ne'er a real care or regret, And while springtime is ours, throughout all of the youth's hours, let us smile each chance that we get. It's pretty cool, right? I can go ahead and read another one because we only get to do these once a year, right? This one's called On St. Patrick's Day by Jenny Whitehead. Top of the morning, child, where is your green? From my head to my feet, I am green in between. Got my leprechaun hat and my shamrock balloon. 'Tis an Irish parade passing by here at noon. I soda bread's baking, corned beef's in the pot. I'm dancing a jig, my feet they won't stop. A toast to good health, lift your green milk slante. Not Irish, no matter, you're Irish today. That's it. That's what it looks like. This one's on a leprechaun head. And I think our next holiday is going to be Easter. And I got to read a piece of that spring piece, and then I have to find an Easter one. We'll do that at Easter. Got to figure out when that's going to be. Page, mark that page, set it back over here. And let me see. Oh yeah, we got to do our end song real quick, right? Let me flip the camera around. The weekend song. I'll be back when the week is new, and I'll bring more ideas for you, and you'll have things you'll want to do, and I will too. I'll think of you when I'm not here, 'cause thinking of people makes them seem near. The friends who know you love you cheerfully, and I do too. I really ought to change that, huh? I'll be back when the week is new, and I'll bring more stories for you. Oh, we got a card here. Card says, what are you most excited about in the next year? And I wrote some chicken scratch. Let's turn the camera around here. I wrote all the experience gifts that we get to participate in. I'm guessing that they mean for the rest of this year, not 2026. But moreover, during all of those, when we get to go take my mom, or Grandma Betsy, and Pawpaw to do their package, we're also going through Pittsburgh. And I get to go to the Fred Rogers Institute, and I get to see the stuff that was on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and it's going to be awesome. I hope I don't cry like a baby. I hope it's just awesome, and I'm like, yeah, this is so cool. But it is going to be great. That's like my Mecca. You know what Mecca is? You should look that up. But yeah, that's what I'm most excited about next year. Spending time with all you guys on all the different experience things that we gave away for Christmas presents. And I think that's it, guys. I need to find that paper as soon as we get done here, and I need to look up that story. I should make a note for that right now. Mandy, kids story. I'm guessing it's by Julie Andrews. Okay, set that aside, set that aside. I think I'm gonna make meatloaf. I'm home by myself tonight because Uncle Kevin stayed at Raylan and Lena's. I guess that's it, guys. I love you guys, and I'm proud of you guys for being exactly who you're supposed to be. You're the only one that gets to decide that. And remember that our minds, just like our books, work better when they're open to a page that's not just solid red. Ow. I love you. See you next week.